Now, those of you that have been with the channel for a long time will remember that back when SnowRunner originally released and we initially started streaming it, I took a big liking to the International Fleetstar 2070A. Now, the stream affectionately started calling it the Yeet Star, and then the name just sort of evolved after that. Now, I haven't used this truck in a very, very long time, but when I saw this version of it released, I figured it was only fitting to take a look back at where that name Yeet Star came from and potentially see where it could be going with this tweaked version of the truck. Now, obviously, base specs are different. This one has a base power to weight of A+. This one has a base power to weight of S, whereas the fuel capacity on this one is 240. The fuel capacity on this one is 330. And the tire type that it comes with is a 44-inch, and the suspension is already raised, whereas this one comes with a 42. So we're going to go ahead and pick up this modified version first. Now, I have never driven it. I have never messed with it, but I'm really hoping that it's been modified in a way that would suit a truck like this. Now, straight into the customization, we have the Westline V6 2350T, the 2350T tuned, and then, wait a minute. Oh, that's weird. Now it went back down to A+. Oh, that's strange. Okay, either way, 2350T tuned, 2380T tuned. That's the one we're going to be going with. Now, we have a couple of different gearbox options that, actually, one of these was not available before. The 5-speed off-road gearbox. So basically, I'm assuming it's just an extra automatic mode gear with the addition of all of your off-road ranges. So that'll definitely be the one to go with. Now, default-wise, it comes with raised, and then you can go up to a tuned custom as well. And that should allow us to run some pretty interesting and very spicy tires. Now, so far, it seems that the biggest we can run is a 46, but there's a lot of 46-inch tire options that were not available here before. Now, I do have to say, though, I like the fact that they've kept it sort of balanced, you know what I mean? It's not, like, it feels like you sent your truck to someone to modify it, and then, you know, you got back an upgraded version of the same thing. It doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like some wild, off-the-wall version of something that could have in some universe been a truck, you know what I mean? It feels like a modified version of what you started with, which is really good. And let's see, that'll definitely be the long offline winch. That's definitely what we're going to be going with. No need for the spare wheels, short round cap snorkel, and engageable all-wheel drive definitely going on it. And for add-ons, we have the heavy crane, we got the flatbed, the van body, the maintenance frame, metal detector, sideboard, fuel tank, 3.8 loading crane, small roof rack, which is nice to have, saddle high and saddle low. Now, for this application, I'm going to be going with the flatbed because we are on a testing map scenario, and we're not going to be really hauling with it. We're going to be more testing the capabilities of it. So, into the visuals now. I'm going to leave those alone. Raised beacon, roof fog lights. I might as well throw the fog lights on it, right? Now, bumpers-wise, we do have a few different options here. I actually like the heavy-duty pipe bumper because it's a little bit more tucked up than some of the other bumpers, and that way it'll kind of prevent it from getting hung up on sharp angles, which I like. Now, miscellaneous-wise, you have the cabin protector, you have twin horns, let's see, external horns, side thresholds, angled sun visor, angled with beacons. I'll go with angled with beacons. And then, oh, here we go. Here we go. You have your heat-shielded exhaust, flap cap exhausts, or a single flap cap. I'm going to do a dual flap cap exhaust. And let's see. Actually, those wheels suited a lot more. Now, I'm curious as to whether or not we have some custom color options. Sometimes, okay, yeah, we do. We have a few. They're definitely a little bit more of that sort of OD green style. And let's see. I do like the tan and brown as well. That definitely suits it. And the red and black really suits it as well. I even like the blue and white. That's a really good looking color combination, and that's very classic looking. I may go with that. Now, we are also going to throw beans on the dash, and we are going to throw dice this time. And I'm thinking we may throw a sticker on the interior somewhere. I'm just not sure where. I'll probably right there. Yeah. We'll throw oh, the wolf does not work in this one. Okay, then that's fine. That's a little weird. Sometimes it works in some vehicles. Other vehicles, it's like, nah, that's not for me. So, this thing is fully built now. Let's see how it does. Fires up quick. Diff lock is always on, so that should be an interesting upgrade. Wow, it is actually really quick. See how it sinks a little bit in the very first mud hole, though, so it's not necessarily going to be your mud truck. Now, I didn't expect it to be a mud truck, but at the same time, I think I expected it to do a little bit better than that, at least in the mud. Now, is it fast enough for the racetrack? Before I do that, I'm going to have to do a very quick gearbox switch. That gives us, oh, wow, that gives us 8 gears in automatic mode. If that's not enough to get up to speed for the jump, I don't know what will be. Let's make it around real quick. Whoa! You good there, Beans? I missed that horn, dude. I missed that horn so bad. Oh, I remember starting the first level in Michigan with this truck. Go! Just barely, but it makes it. It, like, got a bunch of suspension damage, though. Whoa! Okay, something to keep in mind is that the way it reacts when you get on the power is a little strange. Some trucks will just understeer forward, and this one, on the other hand, will actually, like, it'll power oversteer in the middle of a corner, which is really nice, but at the same time, oh my god, it actually does it a lot more willingly than almost anything else I've ever driven. Like, I have to stay on the gas all the way up through that approach in, say, for example, a lot of other modded trucks in order to get that back end to kind of come out. This one, on the other hand, nah, this one, on the other hand, you literally, oh, it's not going to make that. Nope! Oh! If you wanted a sort of premium version of the Fleetstar, like if you really like the Fleetstar, but it's not quite something that, like, the performance isn't quite up to what you had hoped it would be, this is immediately, like, this is for you. This is more designed to be used in campaign scenarios than it is in mod map scenarios, but pushing it to the extremes, like we're doing on this map, definitely highlights some areas where I think it's, you know, some areas where I think it shines, and some other areas where I think maybe it doesn't shine quite as much, but the areas where it's not all that good are areas where it really didn't need to be good in the first place. Now, the way it handled that little rock field, already I can tell you that that would be more than enough for this thing to monster its way through some campaign maps, and it really does feel like a version of this truck that you sent to an upgrade shop and got back with, like, you know, a fair amount of upgrades on it, nothing too crazy, but just enough to boost its capabilities so it could be a much bigger player in your fleet of off-road rigs. And I think that they really did do an awesome job at exactly what they had set out to do when they created this mod, and that was to make a more capable version of the Fleetstar 2070A without going too overboard or too over the top with it, and I think they really achieved that goal beautifully. I think there's not a lot left on the table for this truck that you could do without making it seem too over the top or too unrealistic, but I say that with the idea in mind of, you know, if you wanted to take this truck over the top, you could. There could be some very easy coding changes made to take this thing way over the top and into a totally different realm entirely in terms of capability. But the realm of capability that it's in right now is a good one, and it's one that I think a lot of trucks almost struggle to achieve, because you're in a place with this truck where I would not feel bad taking this into campaign mode. I would not feel like I was, you know, destroying the game balance taking this into campaign mode. Now, here we are on the summer testing grounds, and while this version of the truck may not visually be the same, it is the same in terms of performance, and I figured if we really wanted to test this thing out, we really had to hook it up to something gigantic. Now, I've got the same performance modifications in this truck, like I said before, same gearbox, same engine, and I put the high saddle on it, and we're gonna hook it up to the oil tank trailer and really see what this thing is made of. But before we get out of here, we have to make sure that we have Beans with us. Where is he? There he is. Just make sure and verify that he made it onto the dash. What's up, bud? Let's go. Oh, boy. Oh, wait. Whoa. Whoa. There's something that we are absolutely missing here. And I'm sure all of you know what that is. It's all-wheel drive. But where did it go? My all-wheel drive disappeared. Spotlight. Let's see. Roof trunk. Transfer box. There we go. Transfer box, all wheels. Now we have a powered front axle, and we can actually get to work. Does not feel like it's struggling yet, that's for sure. Come on, hopefully we can make it out of there with this thing. It's quite the low overhang to make it out of. Holy crap. And I gotta admit, though, this truck looks awesome with that giant oil trailer behind it. It looks so good. And it actually looks pretty at home with the giant oil trailer behind it. I mean, I gotta admit, it's not that, like, over-the-top, like, overpowered look like I would think. It looks like it was meant to be there. And I think that goes to show how good this thing is, and, you know, how nice it is that it got a little bit of a buff. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with the fact that this truck got a little bit of a buff, and I'm really grateful, actually, that it did. I'm really, really glad that the creator decided to do this. Now, let's make our way to one final test, and I'm sure you guys can already figure out what that test is gonna be. Now, I don't think I've ever done the bridge jump with a trailer this big, and I'm a little worried that it might not even make it up there in the first place, but if it can't make it up there, we'll see. Oh, high range? High range is doable. That's actually a little surprising, but not fully. I mean, we do have the top engine in it, although it may not be able to crest the hill. Cresting the hill is our first obstacle, our first roadblock in the way of getting to the bridge jump, and it may or may not be able to do it. Oh, crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. Come on. Well, that's not good, is it? Oh my God, go, make some yes! The tires touched. Okay, we're all right. Took forever, but we're all right. It wouldn't be the Yeet Star without a good yeet. Oh no, but it can't make the turn. Ah, and now it wants to roll over on me. Well, this went well. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on this truck in the comment section down below, and whether or not you would choose to use it. And also, if you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click those notifications if you would like to be notified up to date every single day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.